Hello, beautiful beings, love and laughter. This video is for the energy healers, light workers, empaths who want to use this idea of being in control of how they feel in each and every moment to not let the outside world affect them inside. This is a process that I've been working on for a little bit now. I just kind of want to share my experience. Because when we can cultivate an unshakable inner environment, powerful. And that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm just going to share my experience because I know a lot of us energy people, that's our goal. You know, we want to pick up on the information and learn from other people's energies, but we want to initially create an internal environment that is unshakable, where we can just read the energies, read the information, and not get sucked into it. So that's what I'm doing for my own personal journey of going out and experiencing things, not just in my own home with my own family, but with the world in general. You know, we all have things that trigger certain emotional experiences for ourselves, and when we get present and be in control of how we feel in each and every moment, it's life-changing. So today, I'm going to touch on today because today was a challenge. Most of the day was pretty easy going, but then me and my family decided to go out, and we were going to go to the store and get some groceries and go to another store. So we're going, and one of our vehicles, the check engine light came on. Now, right there would have been a situation where I might start feeling a little panicky, a little annoyed, a little irritated. But first off, because I want to go to the store and get my stuff done, so that might trigger me to feel irritated. Having a check engine light on might start a little bit of fear or irritation because it's inconvenient and I don't know how to deal with it. So those right there are like 3 or 4 different ways I could allow myself to feel if I chose it. But when that happened, I chose to not care. And it went on a while, and I just kept not caring. I distracted myself. I was looking at my phone while my husband was checking in on the car thing. Again, it would have been a trigger for me to just go into anger and panic, because I've had experiences with car situations where I didn't know what to do, and that's just where I went. But I consciously chose not to care about the situation. I knew that it was going to get figured out. It's no big deal. And I kept telling myself that, and I was looking at my phone and focusing on what else I was going to get done through the evening, whatever else. So I got through that really well. But choosing that, I chose to feel that. But there's old energies awake in my energy field in general from how I've responded before. So sometimes choosing something different, the energy still needs a place to go. It's like, oh, we're not going to respond like that? Cool, but where am I supposed to go then? So my route started feeling a little heavy as things started to progress. So we got the car somewhere where we found the part, we figured out what was wrong with it, we're going to fix it right there in the parking lot of an O'Reilly's. Cool. So then I get to choose to go along with that and know that it's going to be okay. I was cold. I didn't dress. I didn't bring a really warm coat, and so it was cold because the doors were open on and off, getting in and getting out, going to the store. And so I had to decide I wasn't going to worry about being cold. I wasn't going to worry about it not getting fixed because it's getting fixed. And then we had to buy a couple tools because the part broke off, and so now my husband's having to pull pieces out, so it's taking longer. And I still continued to allow myself to not care, but witnessing how I could easily just fall off the rails. So again, there's energy in my body and it just goes and hangs out in my root. So it's like, oh, we're not going to be responding like this anymore? Okay. But again, where am I supposed to go? So I start feeling, you know, a little bit of the energy hanging out in my root because I'm overcoming myself so many amazing times. And then I think we went ahead and got the car enough going that we could go to a store, because I did need to get some things. We had to go ahead and change our plans. And I chose to be okay with that. And we got to the store and I went in and I started getting some of my groceries while my husband worked on the car. And so I was in the store, and by that time I was in the store, I did a few things. You know, I was kind of playful with my daughter. She was looking at stuff, and then just started getting a little heavy, just being out and about and having to overcome myself so many times. I just started feeling a little tired and a little bit off energetically. And so then I finally decided to, you know, work on getting my last few things so I could get out of there. And still, I was choosing to keep a positive attitude, even though I was feeling tired. That could have been a trigger for me, because kind of like hangry, you know, when us energy healers, empaths, have had enough of energy overload, we need to retreat. We need to go inward. We need to go into our homes, into our shell, into a place to relax and recuperate. And so when we're overly tired and done, you know, it can kind of feel like you're hangry, because you just like, I just need to get to my resting place so I can dump this out, cleanse this out, recharge, regenerate. And so I chose not to get hangry about being, you know, low on energy. And I kept pushing through. And then we got to the checkout, and a couple things that we bought were on sale and they weren't showing up. And so then I called the checker over, and she had to manually enter in. My daughter had some money she was using for her birthday, and she had a budget. So having that sale created the exact amount of money that she had for her budget to buy what she wanted. And so, you know, I went along with, yes, we wanted to get our sale price here so she can get her money's worth. But then she had to like do a bunch of work in the checkout to get that to work. And I'm already low on energy. I'm just like, I choose to be okay and not care about it, even though I'm experiencing these symptoms in my body. I'm allowing the situation to be what it is, but I'm not allowing it to control me. Okay, so I could just, each time I could feel the weight a little bit more, but I still chose to have a positive attitude and to allow myself to not care too much. So we got the checkout situation corrected. We got things bagged up. There was a few snippety moments with my daughter. I could tell, you know, things are really starting to wear on me a little bit. I'm feeling a little heavy, and I keep pulling myself back. I kept putting myself back in the moment of choosing that it's all going to be okay. So then we put the cart back, and now I'm just like, I want to get to the car. I want to go home. And that part is starting to weigh on me. And so I grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I left my phone in the cart. But I didn't know it at the time. So we got in the car, and I was digging through things to make sure I had everything. And I didn't buy a bag because there's only a couple things. And so I've got stuff just all over the place in the car. And I'm not finding my phone. My phone was the thing that kind of set it off, because I was just like, I don't want to be dealing with looking for something or losing something right now. And so a little bit of panic set in, but then I pulled myself back and I said, you know what? It's going to be okay. If I got to get a new phone, big deal. So I went to look in the cart and I didn't find it. And then I was feeling a little frustrated, and I put myself back to being like, it's gonna be okay, it's no big deal. And I went back and looked in the car again, and I didn't see it. And I was just like, what am I supposed to be doing? because I'm done with this. Universe help me. So I just decided to go back in and talk to customer service to see if my phone was turned in. And I went this certain way, and I looked at these two people, and they had their phone in their hand, and they saw my face on my phone, and they're like, "Oh, is this your phone?" And I was like, "Yes, thank you so much." And like, I got my phone back, and they, had it for me, and they were like, "Oh, I'm so glad you got it back." And that was a huge sigh of relief that I wouldn't have to, get a new phone and go through all that. But then I found it, and it was all okay. I got in the truck, and everything was okay, obviously, in the ride home. And then I got home and ate and felt a lot better. But the point is, we get to choose how we feel in every moment and what we allow to control us, to allow how we're feeling control us. We learn so much from this. It's huge, eye-opening information for you when you try this. I look forward to continuing to share with you how this works for me. I feel like it's just going to continually whittle me down to a place that is going to blow my mind. Because each time I choose to feel okay with what I'm experiencing and let the energy go and do its thing in my body, I'm choosing not to allow my environment, my outside stimulation, what's going on outside me, control me. And that is powerful. It's very powerful. That means we're siphoning our energies back out of these things and not letting them control us anymore. And we can use that energy somewhere else. Anyways, I just thought it'd be valuable and helpful to share my experience with this. I hope it's inspiring. I open this up for a conversation with you. If you've experienced this, you've practiced using how you feel in every moment to overcome yourself, and what wins have you experienced? I'd love to hear it down below. I'd love to hear how you've overcome yourself, how choosing how you feel in each and every moment, what you were able to do with that energy that you brought out of those experiences that could have sucked your energy out. What creative experiences came forth instead? What insights did you have? Share them in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Anyways, till the next video, love and laughter.